Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be looking at the second season of Glitchtale. Now, I found a video where they have the entire list, so let's jump into it. And that is more than 5 hours. Okay, so a bit of an update. I found something a little more manageable. A playlist of all the individual episodes in Season 2 of Glitchtale, because 5 hours, with how much I like to really dig into things, that, I don't have a day to do that, so we're going to just do it the old-fashioned way of actually taking my time and enjoying it. 5 hours, man. This is... what am I getting into here? You know what? Someone's probably going to tell me in the comment. For you, thank you. Otherwise, I'm just going to find out, and you guys know the deal. There's a link below, original videos. Hit them up, and let's see where we get to on this. And I should probably mention this is going to be Season 2, Episode 1, My Sunshine, because I didn't realize they were individual pieces before, but I also thought we were doing the entire movie in one go, so that's on me. So, is this taking in immediately from the last season, or are we skipping time? I wake up to the smell of a perfectly cooked butterscotch pie. I'm filled with determination. I think that's hunger, actually. Oh yeah, because he came... I'm sorry. Azrael is there, and so is the flower? Because apparently flowy is not how you say it. Here's the thing. When people say, oh, it's not spelled flowy, it's spelled flowy, I still can't hear how you're saying it, so when you spell it a different way, it still just reads like flowy to me. Like I've only ever read the text. I know, crazy that! I mean, I'm saying it's, yeah, details, but details again. Been almost months since the monsters got this. Okay, so this is on the surface. Why is there an enraged cat person? MTT, hot dogs, and... oh, little girl playing with the... I still don't know what those are, but they always seem like derps to me. Humans seem to have accepted monster kind amongst themselves, and we've regressed together in every aspect. This is going well. I was not expected to go well. Oh my god, she's a cop. I'm proud of... Undine? Is it Undine or Undine for becoming a police officer? Oh my god, they have a heart. She has fans. Just, oh, that's adorable. You know, considering the ending, I thought this would go... wow. I'm proud of Gasser for getting recognized for his scientific projects. He's literally just revolutionizing reality. You know, this is going a lot better than I expected. Everyone in the comments made it seem like this is going to go absolutely horribly. What's the justification for being... never mind, it's just abstract hatred, yeah. I like the background music, too. Aww. I'm proud of Toriel for becoming a teacher and helping human children develop their magical traits. Oh, she had the hearts floating above them for her type, yeah. Wait, who? That was not Kara? Who is that? Also, they have very unique hair. A lot of people don't have unique hair. Character we're going to have to pay attention to? Huh. For some reason, only a few human children were able to have their magical abilities activated after making contact with monster magic. Oh? That's weird. Back when humans created the barrier, they were powerful wizards, but with the passage of time, those abilities were lost for lack of use. So is magic dying out fully? They just need monsters to re-enable it? All human children with magic powers seem to divide into basic known traits to date: kindness, bravery, justice, integrity, perseverance, patience. They're missing determination and hatred. Ah. That's probably not gonna be a problem, because in the previous season they explicitly said hatred was one of those powers, which is why she went all covered in black, because she was going into that one. Why are they ignoring determination, though? They should be aware of that. Or just no one else done it. No one presented a determination soul like mine. Oh, so this is actually her. This is... sorry, Frisk is a guy in this one. Wow. Asgore in a Hawaiian shirt. Does that happen in game? I don't... what? Also, yeah, for some reason I always thought Frisk and Kara were girls, mostly because I've seen determinations depictions. I just said so much about determination on screen. I Freudian slipped there. I've seen depictions of them mostly from the female perspective. A lot of fan fiction. So I didn't think of them as male, but apparently I've been told in this version they're both guys. Huh. That's good at taking care of the political meetings. I know I accepted to be the ambassador, but I don't really know how to do that. Okay, the rules are simple to be an ambassador. 1, you deliver messages. 2, you lie about all the horrible shit you know you're about to do. And maybe steal information back for your own people when you get the chance, but never actually acknowledge it. That's not even a joke. That's literally Spycraft 101. I mean, sorry, being an ambassador 101. There's literal books written about it. Actual literal books by people who were ambassadors. Granted, is Frisk going to be spying on them? Oh, okay. At least they allow me to help out anyways. I bet Asgore feels nervous with the anti-monster department watching every move he makes. Yeah. I've tried to duck with the director of AMD. Jessica Gray, and they actually have her words in gray. Oh my. I'm not sure which to go more on here. The fact that the Anti-Monster Division has a very fun acronym that is not like someone would ever say, hey, you can't use any technology but our own. And if you try to do anything else, you're no DSS for you. If you get that reference, yeah, I've gone down the Linus Tech Tips rabbit hole. There is no saving me. And then there's the fact that they're literally doing the alliteration between synesthesia, seeing gray, and reading gray at the same time. To show her that monsters are harmless creatures, that we just want to have a normal life. Yeah, technically though, the humans were the dangerous ones in this situation. Hell, even when they went full-on murder, they didn't win. They stopped and they couldn't actually do it. I wonder what these are in the background. So far, she hasn't shown any intention of cooperating with monsters. Tomorrow, we have a really important conference with them. I'm sure it'll go well. Oh. Frisk, what did you do? We'll try to sign a peace agreement between monsters and humans as a whole, and the AMD has to agree with it. Today's my last chance to convince her. A lot of cars. Oh, there's that girl from the previous second. Oh! Okay, 1. That is just that. Not much animation behind them, but the actual effects are really detailed. And just. Okay. Frisk just killed them. She literally disintegrated a speeding car. I mean, they were about to kill a girl, so fuck them. But at the same time, yeah, Murder Path Frisk is still there. Damn. Why was she walking in traffic? That was awesome. Peppy. Oh, we definitely got main character vibes from her. Yeah. Thanks for saving me from that. Aren't you Frisk? Me. My name's Betty. I saw you over the news a month ago. Pleased to meet you. Are you going somewhere? Okay. I don't know why. Maybe it's the fact that she's just more detailed than Frisk. It's just the eyes. I don't know why, but she's triggering all my oh fuck runaway senses. Maybe it's the hair? That's the only thing I can think of. It's the only thing different. Actually, yeah, I was on my way to the MD building. Okay. You must be very busy. The sweat drop. Want to come along? See, that's the thing. There's not a lot of motion happening right now, and when they do move, it looks great. The art, they're doing a lot more with backgrounds than the previous season. But I think right here, just that little face movements. I was told that the animator did a lot with just Stickman impersonations, animations prior. So little things like this, how their very basic faces are moving around, might be a carryover of that. And I honestly think that's still one of the better animations out there because it's taking very simplistic faces, but it's moving them in unique ways and showing how they shift up, shift down to show a heightening or disescalation of movement and animation in general, or emotions or how they're feeling. It's expressive in a way that such simple handful of lines. There's literally only 5 lines making up a face, and they're getting across the idea really damn well. This is definitely like the last season so far, where the art overall is simplistic, although it does seem a little more advanced than the last season, in the sense that it doesn't look like something on MS Paint. It looks like an edited version of that. But the way that those simplistic bits of art are used is way more advanced. When things move, they look way crisper still. See, just that little facial animation right there. Oh my god! It's the I'm too cool. AMD security camera. Oh, so they're changing the tone here. We got the shadowed eyes, and they're saying, so you want to talk. Well then, talk. What is going on? Azrael and Sans, you told me to come here, but you've been there the past 2 minutes, not saying a thing. Wait. If she destroyed the reset button, would that also be destroyed for him? And if he ever took her determination? Because he used it a few times. I don't know. So what is it? Not easy to talk about it. Especially to you. Because they were, history. I want to say sorry for what happened in the past. Over and over and over again. I want to move forward. To be fair, you did pretty much as bad as Kara did, but, What? Sorry. Move forward? Technically, they kept moving sideways. That's a bit hypocritical, don't you think? He's actually upset about that? After all, you forced me to live in the past for a very, very long time. Because he got the reset power as well. Yeah. He's more upset about that than anything else. Ooh, I understand, but I'm not asking for forgiveness. Pretty sure asking to move forward is forgiveness. You kind of need to start on that point. I get some people don't define it that way. Those people are wrong. Like the entire New Leaf thing? Yeah. What I did has no justification. I'm not looking for one either. You could start by saying sorry, which I think he did actually. What do you want then? Sans is playing him, isn't he? I just don't want you to look at me the same way you look at Flowey. I mean, to be fair, Flowey manned up in this version in the last episode. I was going to say episode, but last season, and really pulled them out of a solid situation into a solid situation. You know, that's a phrase I got from Final Fantasy VII Abridged, and I honestly don't know how to use it correctly. Now I just realized that. Huh. Flowey kind of pulled his own. And may or may not have murdered more and or less people than Frisk. Considering all the resets, that's a really optional question. I don't really know which way it would go. Heh. You have a little heh sound effect. Nice. That sounds like a good start. I don't know why, but every time I hear that, I hear Octopimp, the Abridged creator, doing Sans' voice. And I wish I could do a good impersonation of him because it would be absolutely perfect, and I can never do it. I need some time to get used to this future thing, you know? How long did he spend in the past? Of course, that's perfect. And again, see what I mean? All of the animations, like the little bits of movement, okay, it looks cool. But then just this, just him moving forward on the table. Look at this. This is... It's closing the eyes, getting up the energy, pushing down, and you have the little blur in there. So they actually drew that in, so they don't actually need the frames to show movement. They just are representing it in what would normally be a blur frame, but they're actually drawing in the blur manually and then stepping it forward. That is such a good bit of animation, just a handful of frames. They're getting more in there. And even some little things like how the ears are actually almost completely static, but because the arms are moving differently underneath them, and there's that little bit right there where they bulge out and they move back in. Actually, now they say, yeah, they are moving as well. There's multiple points of movement they're all keeping track of. So even though the art is still simple, but way more defined than the previous season, it is just well done. I keep harping on this because it's definitely a mismatch of skill right here. It blew my mind in the last season. It's blowing my mind multiple times already, but it does stand out. Do anything to redeem yourself. A really cool voice for him. I can't do it. I guess. You could fight against your corrupted friend. Even eat Papyrus's spaghetti? What? Alright, I'll talk to you later, sons. What? You troll. Come on, kid. Just imagine the pasta ability. I don't even... Really? Really? You just... I know it's his character, but... That was bad. That one was really bad, man. Oh, God. I mean, I would do it, but it's still bad. Hell, if anything, the fact that I would make that joke is bad. Oh. I can finally move on, huh? No, you really can't, can you? And he basically has the equivalent of monster PTSD, huh? She's in here too? I said... No! Yeah, I should put the voice in. I won't go to that reunion. I won't sign anything. Please, leave. Monsters are my family now. So, I'm curious about the world set up here. And I know I'll probably get it, but if humanity forgot about the monsters, or did they just kinda ignore them? I don't know how that worked. How aware of monsters were people like Frisk when this started? I just want a world where monsters and humans can live in peace. You want your family to live in a peaceful world, right? She even has gray eyes and a gray stripe of hair. Oh my... They're really going all out on this gray aspect, huh? Let me show you that monsters are kind creatures. She's triggering a trauma she doesn't realize, isn't she? That actually happened. Why is she still here? Why is she sitting to the side, out of the seat? What is going on? All right, I want peace for everyone. Where do we go first? She looks so done with this shit. And Frisk is using social jutsu. I honestly wasn't expecting that. I was expecting her to tell her to get lost. Or her to tell him. I remember that part. Huh? And why is this girl coming? Okay, I'm not the only one wondering that. Hi, Miss Gray. Dr. Gaster's lab. Okay, seriously, that is a very big... You can see the stylistic difference between first and second season. Frisk is basically canon looking at this point, but you don't really have the neck, nothing there. But the eyes are not actually there, and you can see the eyes a lot more expressive. The big one here, I think, is the mouth and the eyes, yeah. Even though the hair is nearly identical, they just have more covered here. Also, human skin tone, where everyone else is kind of... Actually, I haven't really paid attention. I don't actually know off the top of my head. A pettit? Happy first month on the surface. Better late than never, right? Sans. Probably a bone joke, and I just don't get it. Seriously, that girl freaks me out more than the lady who's ostensibly the bad guy. The kingdom won a competition between the remaining wizards for right of leadership. Okay, so we're actually getting background on the human history, which is actually something I was just asking about. More importantly, what did that say on the blackboard? He wrote in wingdings. Son of a bitch. You know, there's probably someone who could actually decode this, and it's probably a lot of spoilers. Not going to be me. There's the white at 100% empty. I'm guessing determination's full. And then there's all the various shades. Oh, and showing how it's not actually a full color, but determination has to be mostly determination with a little of everything else. Oh, maybe that's why it's the most rare? Oh. Volume 1. Again, just nothing is happening in the entire picture right now, except for the moving eyes. But how they're, I guess the term is telescoping from one side to the next and pulling back. It's the typewriter effect. You're getting it's simple, but it's adding so much perceived motion on the viewer's end. The best way to put this is that effect, because when you read, your mind will go, okay, here's the line, follow the line, and you're moving back and forth, assuming you're doing vertical. That's horizontal writing as opposed to vertical slots. There's some writing formats that do that, but you know what I mean. You assume that there's a lot more going on. So your mind is actually filling the blanks on what is happening in the scene. So even though it's literally just the eyes and nothing else is really moving, it doesn't matter because you're filling it in, even if it's not there. It's actually a really cool little trick. And there's a lot of other ways that's been implemented. Because there's movement here, and the scene, again, it's not moving, it's just choosing what you're looking at. Only the eyes are moving right here. Nothing else is, but it's showing you that he's reading because you recognize the motion. In the end, they chose the rest of the page is illegible, fascinating. I guess this should be expected from texts as ancient as these. You can actually see they're a little frayed, too. Nice little touch on the art. Maybe if they were kept in better conditions. Knock, knock. Guess I'll continue reading later on. I should continue on the core's expansion anyways. Expansion? Probably my favorite animation so far. Sorry for showing up like this, but I wanted to show Miss Gray how the expansion of the core helps to power the city. Why does she have so much power? It's probably something that if we had more of those books already, I would already know the answer to, but we don't. Yeah, it basically makes our electricity bills cheaper. How much cheaper is a very big thing here, because I'll be honest, if there is a bunch of monsters running around and making power a lot cheaper, oh hell yes. Seriously, those bills are insane. I mean, partially because, and that's my own fault, but I would not mind. Well, no, this is much more interesting though. No? What else is it doing? If the expansion is completed, you won't ever have to pay for electricity anymore, ever. God damn. In terms of real world economics, there's no way in hell he wouldn't be assassinated. Like, this lady is not the biggest problem. If this was more of a serious setting, based on how humans would actually deal with this, there's a lot of people who have very financially invested interests in not having free power because their money is from other sources. He did. I don't think it's going to go that way because I don't think this is going to be a socioeconomic show. And I'm assuming it's going to be more race relations in the sense of monster v human. Still an interesting concept, but not the way I think it's going to go. It's just weird that they brought it up, though. Nice that they did, though. Not only in bills, Miss Gray. Working out, clean, nurturing. How does this core work, exactly? Dead puppies? Well, it basically converts geothermal energy into magical electricity used by core chambers down in the underground. Oh! Now that's actually quite interesting. So it's geothermal, which is actually a real way to do it. The ways that actually exist so far are usually to just drill vents into hot pockets of the earth, sometimes closer up, sometimes near volcanic activity, sometimes just really deep. And then you take the heat from them, channel it to the surface to boil water. And that's just because almost all of our power methods come to boiling water at some point. It's weird. Hydroelectric dams, moving water. The spin turbines. Okay, that's not really boiling water, but it's moving water. We mostly boil things because it moves. Nuclear power. heating up water to spin a turbine. Coal, heating up water to spin something. Wind, I think that's actually just spinning directly and that's doing it, so not really moving water at that point, unless you consider vapor in the air, but I'm stretching the point at that one. Chambers have turbines with magnets that allow the electricity to go from magical to... She has... I'm sorry, I want to see that again. Magical to... Oh my god, it's like she's trying so hard, but she has literally no idea. It's just gone over her head, and the absolutely simplified facial expressions make this perfect. Even that little face she's doing. This is the perfect description of someone who has literally just gone blank-eyed because you're saying so much technobabble. Oddly enough, what he said is the least technobabble of a lot of technobabble things I've heard. I've listened to Star Trek, I've listened to Stargate SG-1. Oh yeah, between those two, both are absolutely insane with words they cobble together without any rhyme or reason. What he just said is actually a really good description, and depending on the conversion of geothermal energy into magical energy, that could be a really good trade-off. And since it's magic, I think the phrase is, I don't gotta explain shit. It makes electricity with heat. Yeah, that's geothermal. Oh, I see. A not ballooning, self-sustaining power source. Technically, that is geothermal. It's really hard to get to. But of course, none of that would matter if all parties don't sign the agreement in the conference tomorrow. Seriously? Really? I have two questions. One, that is a bit of a linchpin there. Why does it have to be tomorrow? Why? I mean, I'm sure it's just plot reason. It's a bit of a hole, but I don't care. It's an interesting plot setup, and we're building it the right way. And I'm just looking into it way too deep because I actually like the technobabble aspect, even if it is bullshit. It's less bullshit than most again, but still. Why is he so smug? That's what I don't get. It's like he realizes it's not going to happen. And he's already okay with that. AMD would cancel all my research projects and put the core's expansion to an end. Is she being guilt-tripped? She got played and she knows it. Don't sing victory yet. I haven't decided anything. I mean, to be completely fair, where'd the other girl go? Huh. If this was reality and someone said, I have a clean source, and they weren't unalived, anyone who said otherwise would be like, hey, remember having to pay for things? That line is a very good pitch for anyone in the way will not be in the way anymore. Assuming they remain unalived. Or life positive, I think that's probably the correct phrase. Where do we go now? She's so smug. Tutorials of I can't speak today. Academy for Gifted Youngsters. Okay, she's still there. Who are we visiting now? I know she's being set up as the villain because of the previous season, but she seems too reasonable. She might still go full on hatred, but what is going on? Is she set up as a red herring? Mom? Oh yeah, because tutorial did kind of... Hello there, my child. What are you doing here, Frisk? Show Miss Gray how to teach humans to use their magic. I can ask one of the children to help me out. Me, I want to help. Oh, green? Who's this? And they have green eyes. Well then, if you insist, my child, thank you. Is that why we never see Frisk's eyes? Because when they open, they go full on red for determination, then yeah. Which looks admittedly evil as F. Pink then. What? What was that? You see, Miss Gray, children have magical abilities. As I said, their teacher can see their traits. And if they're able to use said magic, Oh, that's not good. It's not just the hair and the eyes as being a style technique to show that they grew in animation. That's them being taken over in the same way as in the first season, Kara was turned into an all black because their heart was using hate, so it was influencing their actual coloration. And since this is talking about magic, is that pink is just light determination or influence determination, or are they envious? I could go either way on this one. Why is it growing? Don't come out, stay there. They all saw. Yeah, sorry, please continue. How can you know what the child's trait is? Well, you see, it works like this. A la heart. Your soul has gotten stronger. I'm proud of you, my sunshine. Oh, that. Do you promise me that you will come this time? She just triggered trauma. Oh. Did some monsters escape and do horrible shit? Why is it all the glitch effect too? Oh, Glitchtale. Yeah, this wasn't supposed to happen. I promise. Switching between white and blue. Or was that her as a kid? Miss Gray, wait. Did I say something wrong? Yeah, but not your own fault. This is a huge setup episode. I mean, it's literally the first episode of season 1. Of course it's a setup episode. Although, now that I think about it, that's not always the case. The other option they could have gone with is a very action-heavy episode, which is technically how Glitchtale started, with the fight between Sans and Kara in the genocide route, and then glitching out and doing all the weird shit, which set it up. That's the other way to handle it. Although I guess since they started that way, they're not repeating the process. So at least as far as narratives go, they're not repeating themselves. They're trying a different introduction style. It's not actually important to differentiate how you handle things, just that if you keep doing it over and over again, it gets a little repetitive. Breaking it up a little bit, it's just a nice habit. It doesn't have to be intentional. It could just be how they wanted to enter things in. And since they did a lot of action, they're probably taking a slower pace. But this one... So she's not intentionally being a villain, but I have a very big villain vibe here. Now, is she human or part monster? That's the question. I don't know. And we'll probably figure it out when we see her eye. That'll probably be the giveaway. No, it's fine, Mom. I'll talk to her. And Gray has trauma at the wazoo. Well, now that we're here, you're Frisk's new friend, right? I'm Torio. Kumo, no. Oh! A spirit? And that was an interesting way to do it. That was not what I was expecting. So her soul was going to come out, and then the little blobby thing... The little blobby thing, though, is not influencing the hair color because it's separate from her at this point. And it's acting to protect her? What is the relation here? Oh, no. He's not going to hurt me. Oh my god, it's a happy little blob. And she's annoyed about it! And the blob is a hairpin. That is actually pretty cool. What is that thing? It's awesome. Thank you. Coloration is purple. Yeah, matching the shirt. My friend. It's called Akuma. Akumu. Sorry, I read that as Akuma by accident the first time. That's a very different word. Not sure if it's intentional or not. A little overprotective. Grace, do you think you could check with Miss Gray? Maybe we'll chat with your friend later on. Why does she still look worried? See, with this level of art detail, normally I wouldn't really be that concerned about. But the one thing that this art has in spades is fine character detail in facial expressions. So the fact that Toriel looks worried here is a very big identifier that she knows something. Every little expression here has been incredibly masterful. They're all simple, but done with great intent. So that is not unintentional. I just don't know what it means yet, because I don't have the context. You're right, I'll go now. She actually looks more worried about the girl than Miss Gray. Stay safe. Why Toriel want her alone? Oh. Muffy's Bakery. Oh, fire. Is that a canon character or someone I should recognize? What? Competing bakers. What's the deal between those two? They both have the most popular restaurants in the city. Oh, not bakers then. Okay. Just popular restaurateurs. They fight for customers all day. That was the Berg, by the way. You've been chewing that for quite a lily bit. Oh, no. Really? I'm not surprised. I'm not even disappointed. I just wasn't expecting that one. Oh, it's going to be constant flower puns, isn't it? Just constant. This is the redemption arc. Just embracing the bad puns. You're gonna keep telling me the bad flower puns every time we hang out? Yeah, and probably sending them a few other times. Come on. This'll cheer you. I don't. Ugh, stop it. No, you're antagonizing him. By not antagonizing him. Is that Frisk? And now, how are you going to deal with her having another friend? So, what are we looking for? Okay, this is a small little thing. But I love how they're selling the image of glass because of just the reflection right through the center and having the color difference where they're pushing against it. Now, the bone wouldn't do that because it wouldn't smush in, but where you see the shirt smushing it actually works better. So yeah, that's just a cool little detail to show that they're pressing themselves on the glass. Nice. Hey, Sans. I like those little exclamations. I'm looking for Miss Gray. I was with her, but she left suddenly. I don't know why. Yeah, trauma. Well, why don't you talk to her tomorrow in the meeting? Go rest for now. And she is? Oh, her name's Betty. She's helping me find Miss Gray. That reminds me, back at school. I thought you didn't have powers, but your soul reacted to Toriel's approach. Yeah, that's not, bad. I'm sorry, I had visited the school earlier today, but... Bad? All children were divided into 6 different classes according to their traits. But I didn't fit in. What do you mean? I know Frisk's the only one with a red soul. Pink. And I'm the only one with a pink one. So, we saw the chart earlier in the episode. Right around, where was it? It was here? No, it was probably right around, somewhere around here, which is not appearing on the screen, but yeah, around this area, where Gaster had the entire ways they're divided up. What would a pink soul imply? Because if all the colors are usually dominated by red, only if there's red, what would someone have to... The way to make pink in color wheel is red and white, but I thought white was a dead soul. Oh. And only one eye is visible, showing that their character design is dichotomy. How does that... Are they literally a 50% dead zombie like out of The Princess Bride? Maybe I'm reading too much into this. No idea what that means, though. What does pink do? 40, 65, 62. Oh, does everything like this G? And it does evaluate the characters. Oh, what was that book in the background? Human History Volume 3, so that's Volumes 1 and 3 now accounted for. We just need however many there are. Not quite, but between us, sense. Everything on the surface is new. For you, for me, and for the kid as well. And the deeper the color, the more it is. Also, I love how there's actually just a few panes here. The only part moving on his layer is just the eyes. But then we have the books. They're just this way. So there's actually two distinct layers here. The book forward, book backward, with and without the logo. Actually, they might have just erased on this side and flipped it. And then you have all the different hands here. This one is just a color gradient change. I don't think anything else changed. I didn't pay attention to the words enough. Overall, it's a lot of simple layers, but they're all moving well. So it looks really well edited and animated. But there's actually very little motion happening beyond just a few processing effects. Well done, though. Let's search for the new trade for now. Children rest. Frisk has an important day tomorrow. And this right here, that moment about them talking about Frisk's important day, and just the mellowing of his face, the little underscore of the eyes. Technically, that would be a wrinkle in a normal person, but bone, so just ignore it. It's kind of like how Sans even has facial features when it just bone, so just ignore it, of course. And wave it away, call it magic. Just I like how there's that little detail right there. Sounds. And he teleported. What's up, kid? Azrael told me you both talked things out. I just want to say that regardless of what I did, I also want to move forward. Because they probably need to... What did that say? 4? Don't forget. Thanks, kiddo. Aww. But also, Frisk did a lot more to prove her seriousness by getting rid of the reset button. That will never come back to hurt anyone or bite anyone in the ass or anything like that. Yeah, no one's spoiled why yet, but the general consensus has been something along the lines of, "Oh, you sweet summer child," and then they don't ever tell me what happened next. Further proof that if people are nice on the internet and not spoiling things, it's because they're waiting for a bigger payoff. I don't know what kind of fucked up things are going to happen, but I know they will. I'll let Dorian know that you're staying at Gaster's lab. Meeting Day, HSO headquarters. What's HSO stand for? I probably saw it already and just forgot. She's conflicted. Miss Gray. May I take a seat?
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead. The music cut out. There is music in everything so far, and it cut out when we're focusing on her. Something's going to happen. I don't know what. It's either going to be intrigue like we've been dealing with so far, or something absolutely in-their-face horrible. I don't know which way it's going to go. I made a decision. It's like you, I want peace for everyone. And because of your previous trauma, the peace has to be no more monsters, huh? It'd be way too easy if she was already rejected for a long time. It was time for a change. I would have loved that. Wait, she's actually willing to change? Okay, color me shocked. Especially considering the end of Season 1. I did not think that was a possibility. And with the trauma showing that even if she's willing, she has holdups still. Maybe it was the other way around and the trauma showing that she made mistakes. Couldn't share much with her. Would have liked to because of my job. Who was their kid? When I lost my husband to a car accident, it was just me and her. Then I made a mistake. She ran away 20 years ago. I never saw her again. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. And her soul dimmed. And we just went over the color variations of soul. So, because she's gray soul, so she was a blue soul, which I think was what, integrity? And because her daughter ran away, it just weakened her soul. Okay. Because I'm assuming power is based on how deep the color is. But also that's a plot hook of the daughter being around. To think she's still somewhere making her own life. Well, I was expecting her to die, so this is a nice change. It's alright, you didn't need to hear that. And they just have Frisk crying. Oh my god. It's alright. I'm very sorry for what happened. Monsters really are helping us to progress. What's gonna fuck this up? I won't interfere with that. I'll sign, Frisk. Something's gonna go wrong. What is it?
Alright.
Let's proceed to the agreement. I'm thinking of a 3-part Stickman game. Can't remember the guy's name. But if you know what it is, you know exactly why I'm looking at this going, oh yeah, I see where they got the idea.
Oh.
Couldn't be Henry, that'd be way too simple. For that, we have one final question for Miss Dreamer. Wait, Miss? Oh, Mr. Dremer. It's like, wait, what, tutorial? I just misread that. I guess it was unpaused. Music start. It's true though, been monitoring the barrier for a long time. However, we don't know how it was destroyed. Mew Mew Kissy Cutie. Odd. True that we've been monitoring the barrier for a long time. However, we don't know how it was destroyed. Bullshit? Technically, a human went on a genocide rampage with the ability to restore time. Technically destroyed the barrier. Well, technically they didn't. I used the souls of the humans that fell down into the underground. No, you didn't. Frisk did. Can't remember exactly how long ago each one of them fell, but I remember all of them being children. Would you please tell us how long the last child fell down and any details of their appearance? And this is probably the absolute worst way to do it because it's not even making her the monster in this situation. The irony of monsters actually being held accountable for the monstrous acts they did out of necessity. While the monstrous acts that were done out of fun, Frisk, Floey, are the ones being forgiven. But without being able to reset. Yeah. And she had the ballet, which is what she had when she ran away, so if she makes the connection, there's no way this goes through. It all breaks, and this is how it breaks. In a completely believable way. Because if she's willing to get over her problems, there's no way Gray is going to get over, oh yeah, by the way, we killed your daughter. Admittedly, can't blame her. 20 years ago. I remember her wearing a pink tutu with blue eyes. Mom, do you promise that you'll come this time? Yep. Promise me this. Shine. 8. Her eyes are gonna be black. And yeah, he kinda did. Maybe. And that's the most expressive we've seen already. Again, The shadow work is always where they highlight it the most because the style of art here is very flat. The face might have a lot of expression, but they don't do a lot of shading work. When they do, though, it looks insanely good. I just love these little details right here. And I think the worst part is she actually put her anger down for a second, so it just makes it so much worse. Because it does two things. It does the entire aspect of Undertale of everyone isn't going to be black and white. And also, you literally got to a win, and previous mistakes came back to bite them. Damn. I'll make them pay for what they did. And now it's personal.
You are my sunshine.
Oh, you son of a bitch. What if I offered you the perfect revenge? What? Oh, is that the... When's the last time Frisk spoke? Let's see, this is 208. I want to check something quickly. Yeah, it's a variation of Frisk's dialogue because they're the only ones with the white box that has this very distinct stylization. Everyone else has different ways to portray their voice, either through color or various aspects. No one else has it exactly like that. Maybe I'm reading into it too much, but that's a very distinct style. I'm probably reading into it wrong. But who is the antagonist provoking it? Eliminate them all from existence. Who are you? Oh, hell. I recognize how that hair is hanging. But I thought that was Betty, but Betty was back with Gaster. I'm the one who will deliver you the revenge you desire on a silver platter. Yeah, that's definitely Betty with that hairstyle. Even there's that little bit right there. Or at least, I think it is. I could be wrong.
Please don't
Need a small favor from you. Maybe tomorrow in your office. Merging into the shadow. I'll avenge you, my dear. And they're doing the exact same thing they did in the first episode of Glitchtale, where they didn't have any dialogue, but they had the audio, and it really fit in. And here, if they had just dropped in You Are My Sunshine immediately, that would have had no effect. But they've actually built it up on the rule of three. The first time was when Gray had the breakdown because she remembered her saying that and what happened. The second time was her memory coming forward. And the third time is now when she's thinking about, well, revenge on a platter. We hear the music in the background. The first two were her, and the third one is the audio cue showing that she's now moving forward, but it's done in a slow way. So it's following the rule of three, setting something up. So it's not out of the blue. We know what the impact of this is. It's sad because, one, if you actually listen to that song, it's literally about losing someone. And here, the loss has already happened, so it's slowed down and given a really melancholic singing voice. One, I guess two at this point. Really good singer for this. Really gets that song sounding as effed up as it really is. So it's anger and sadness leading to, well, probably hatred.
You are my sunshine.
Yeah. The monsters sealed their fate when they killed my sunshine.
You
As I
make
run.
me when skies are gray.
So I'm going to be honest, I wasn't expecting the at least forward-facing villain, Miss Gray, to be the one who has the most understandable reason to be a villain. And I guess that makes sense because Undertale did that a lot in the base villains. They all had their reasons, good and bad, and what they were trying to do. And oftentimes it was based on pain. And we're seeing that same thing playing out here. And that's really well thought out, especially because they had all of the kids with the various dresses and clothing styles and when they had anything happening. Probably should have seen that coming when I saw it was blue, but I didn't make the connection until it was spelled out right at the end in the signing ceremony. sorry, I love that twist. I thought something else would have to intrude to make that happen. Then I was like, oh yeah, they did kill kids, and it happened to be hers. But it didn't seem like an ass pull to get to that because they spent the entire episode building up that she is doing this. She's angry, but it's a disassociated anger of just doing what she did prior as a carryover for an old institution, which was elucidated throughout the show. And just, this was handled well. Any one of those things, any one of those plot points that were just thrown in our faces immediately would have been very much a, okay, why type situation. Here though, because they were built up slowly, relatively slowly, it didn't feel like an ass pull because like, oh, well, it was her daughter, but we already knew she had problems with her daughter. We knew that the daughter ran away. We knew all of those things up until the end where it all came together because things were built really well. This is a well-told story. My only gripe is I absolutely would have loved if they had voiced this. Is there any way someone actually did voice this out there? I would have loved to see it because this is good. The few times they have voice work, it's good. But the standout here is definitely the use of minor animations to show more movement that's actually implied rather than present. And that's just well done. That, the facial animations, everything moving looks so good. Basically what I'm saying is that's episode 1. I'm going to be here a while and it's going to be an awesome ride. Holy shit. If there's anything I missed, let me know and I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.